Shalom, good evening, sir. Let me introduce my name. My name is Josephfer Datu from class 10 2. And now I want to tell you about my story, The Whispering Dormitory. Chapter 1, The Arrival. It was an overcast afternoon when Emily Roberts arrived at Hawthorne Hall, the old brick dormitory, the loom over the eastern side of Lakeview University. The building's ivy-covered facade and Gothic architecture hinted at decades of history. Some whispered to be rather dark. Emily, a freshman, felt a shiver of excitement mixed with uneasiness as she dragged her suitcase up the steps. Inside the dorm was bustling with new students and their parents, all trying to navigate the maze-like corridors. Emily checked in at the front desk and was handed a brass key with a worn-out tag that read Room 302. She made her way to the third floor, where the hallways were quieter, the only sound being the distant hum of conversation and the occasional crack of old floorboards. When she unlocked the door to room 302, Emily was greeted by her roommate, a cheerful girl named Sarah. "Hi, you must be Emily. I'm Sarah," she said with a wide smile. Emily felt instantly at ease. The room was small but cozy, with two beds, two desks, and a large window overlooking the lake. As the evening drew on, the two girls chatted and unpacked, sharing stories about their hometowns and their excitement for the new school year. Little did they know Hawthorne Hall held secrets that were waiting to be uncovered. Chapter 2, The Strange Occurrence. The first few weeks at Lakeview were a whirlwind of classes, orientation events, and night study sessions. Emily and Sarah quickly became friends, often studying up late, talking about their dreams and fears. It was during one of these late-night conversations that they first heard a faint whispering sound, like the murmur of voices coming from the hallway. "Did you hear that?" Emily asked, sitting up in bed. "Hear what?" Sarah replied, looking puzzled. "It sounded like whispering out in the hall." Sarah listened instantly, but the noise had stopped. "Maybe it's the swines," she guessed. The whispers of the next few nights, growing more distant and harder to dismiss. Emily's curiosity got the better of her, and one evening she decided to investigate. She tiptoed out into the dimly-lit corridor, straining to hear the voices. They seemed to be coming from the end of the hall, near the door to the old storage room. Chapter 3, The Discovery. Emily pushed open the door to the storage room and flicked on the light. The room was filled with old furniture, boxes, and forgotten belongings, and the thick layer of dust. As she stepped further inside, the whispers grew louder. She followed the sound to a corner where a large ornate mirror stood propped against the wall. The mirror was tall and intricately designed, its surface slightly tarnished with age. Emily stared at her reflection, feeling a strange sense of déjà vu. She reached out to touch the glass, and the whispering sound suddenly stopped. A chill ran down her spine. "What are you doing here?" came a voice from behind her. Emily jumped and turned to see Sarah standing in the doorway. Looking concerned, I heard the whispering sound again. They were coming from this room. Emily explained. Sarah, look around the room. Her expression skeptical. Maybe you are just imagining things. This building is old. It's probably just the white and the creaky floors. But Emily couldn't shake the feelings that something was off. She decided to do some research on how torn Hall's story. Chapter 5 The Resolution. Determined to uncover the truth, Emily and Sarah returned to the storage room that night, this time bringing a flashlight and a notebook. They approached the mirror, and Emily hesitated before speaking aloud. Clara, if you're here, we want to help you. Please show us a sign. For a moment, there was silence, and the mirror's surface began to ripple, and an image appeared, a young girl with white, frightened eyes, reaching out as if trying to escape. The whispers grew louder, more urgent. Emily and Sarah watched in awe and fear as the girl image faded, replaced by a vision an old leather-bound book hidden behind the mirror. Emily carefully moved the mirror aside, revealing a loose brick in the wall. Behind it, she found the book. It was Clara's diary, filled with interest about her life at the boarding school, her fears, and her involvement with a secret society that dabbled in occult. The final entry described a ritual gone wrong, leading to her disappearance into another realm. Emily and Sarah knew they had to bring Clara's story to light. They shared the diary with university authorities, who were shocked by the revelation. The story of Clara's disappearance made headlines, and her spirit seemed to finally find peace. From that night, the whispers in Hawthorne Hall case, Emily and Sarah continued their study, forever bonded by the mystery that they unrevealed. The dormitory returned to its quiet, serene state, its secret now part of university history. And as from chapter 2, it remained special for Emily and Sarah, a reminder of their incredible adventure and the friendship that had grown from it. That's all. Thank you. Shalom. Good evening.